afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. Ooh, I am your grateful host. And in studio with me, my main man, Jamie Angel.
It's Monday, y'all.
And whoever's going to be on this little TikTok we're about to post, I know you can't hear what I'm hearing, but it was great. You should trust me. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios, also broadcasting live on Rumble. Ooh, I already see some folks out there. I love it. Liberty lover. Happy Monday. Yeah,
Hey,
baby. Monday, fun day. Let's roll.
Desi O said he took off work this afternoon just so he could watch us on Rumble, so we can't let him down.
We can't, guys. Callers, we're going to have to bring Desi O a good show. We can do it. We can do it. We'll try not to get in the way. How's that one?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'll do my best.
Oh, you know, I'm just saying that. We can't speak for Martha Jean now.
No.
I'm just throwing that one out there, by the way.
Martha Jean.
Mm-hmm. Cowboys fan, by the way. I'm just saying, Cowboys fan.
Yeah, never mind then.
Well, I'm just saying. She grew up in the Ozarks.
Yep. Over to you.
That's it?
That's it.
All right, guys. Hey, we have so much to talk about. Let's dive right in. So let's see here. So the shutdown seems to be looming.
Can't wait. I got a disclaimer, all right?
Okay.
I had to make sure.
All right.
Y'all got the USAAs, right? You always get paid a little bit early with USAA, so I was kind of sweating, you know. I really want I need my pension, you know.
Wait, USAA is? I thought that was a private company. No?
Yes, it's a bank, yeah, but they always pay you a couple days early.
Oh, but not the shutdown's not going to affect that?
Well, usually, I mean, it government pay for the government.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's affected it before. When I was in the military, we didn't get paid when I was downrange.
Oh, yeah, that's that. But you got back pay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Course. But, you know, I got a little worried, so thank you, USA.
All I'm saying is, Republicans, don't be teasing me now. Don't be teasing me with no government shutdown. All right? Once you pay the essential workers, I'm just saying, let's see how much money we could save. So don't you tease me. Don't you tease me about shrinking bureaucracy and wasteful federal spending. Don't you do it. I'm getting all excited over here. All right, so CBS News is reporting that President Trump is warning a government shutdown is likely unless Democrats walk back their latest spending demands. Trump's gearing up for a meeting with congressional leaders. It may have happened already.
It's happening right now, I think.
So if we see something, guys, we'll report it to you. But, yeah, so it's going on right now. But he's already told the American people the obvious. Democrats, at least the National Party, is not serious about cutting fraud, waste, or abuse. And the local and state chapters they seem more extreme than the national guys. That should tell you something. That should tell you something. I have no problem with Trump calling out truth. No problem with it. No problem with it. You know?
Oh, no, but the government's going to shut down. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Live like the rest of us. Jeez. All right, so again, Trump says yesterday and all through the morning and probably right now in the meeting that that Democrats' position makes a shutdown likely. He's not hiding that. He plans to meet with those guys. He's doing it right now. That's good. That's leadership. The White House has already told federal agencies to prep for layoffs and cuts if funding lapses. Now, we don't play this card as much as the Democrats do, we being the Republican Party. But they're playing it a little bit, playing it a little bit, doomsday a little bit. But we'll talk about it. You have a nonverbal.
I don't. No. Just make sure they don't take your food stamps.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's always about what free stuff they're going to take away.
Yeah.
And take it.
This is what I see in the executive branch, and I applaud him for this. He's operating within the confines of the law. That should be requirement one. Let's make sure that one's checked off. He's got a good legal team up there. I get it. But he's trying to use his executive authority to actually shrink government, and that appeals to me. Now, we can argue about the spending. The only issue I seem to have with the big, beautiful bill is the horrible, big, ugly $4.05 trillion debt or deficit that it adds. which that figure, that's the worst end I've heard. I've heard all the way the other end of the spectrum that it actually reduces the debt in 10 years. You be the judge. I'm skeptical on the government's cutting of wasteful spending, but regardless, look past that. Look past that. And I do see the executive branch. I see President Trump trying to do that, and specifically to shrink programs that do not match his agenda. There's nothing wrong with that. He was elected to promote an agenda. President Biden was elected to promote an agenda. He didn't know it. He didn't know what it was, maybe, but he was elected for that, okay? President Obama, President Bush, all of them come into office with an agenda. That's what they're electing. That we are electing these policies, or what we think to be policy. Now, Louisiana, hold on now, I forget, bud. I forget.
Well, you forget.
Well, I'm in the great state of Louisiana, but I forget our audience. We're talking outside Louisiana, too. To our listening or viewing audience outside of Lafayette or outside of Louisiana, I know that's weird. I have to explain this, but all right, to my fellow Louisiana Republicans, okay? I know we're not used to Republican, like we say, oh, we hear all these great campaign conservatives.
I'm going to cut your taxes, and I'm a lower the insurance.
So, we get it. We're conditioned for failure down here. So that's a quote. That's a quote. I don't believe that we're conditioned for failure. I think the only thing great we have in this state is the people right now, because our government sucks. But that's all right. Doesn't have to be. So I understand I have to give that disclaimer, okay? But the rest of the country looks at us like, what the heck is going on? And did I hear right? You Republicans voluntarily gave the Democrats a seat in Congress a few months ago, when at a time when we really, literally were at our lowest margin of majority.
I had no choice.
Gee.
We had to do it like that.
Who is that guy? Who is that guy?
Some random Cajun guy.
Yeah, he comes in a lot, though.
Gets real excited.
Oh, I tell you, little frog, jump. Anyway.
Yeah, little fella.
Well. It's the cameras. Trump. But I don't have a problem with that. I don't think anybody has a problem with the programs, that don't match an agenda to be cut. Here's the deal. All right, let's pause on that. If that does bother you, your problem is not with Trump. Your problem, just like our problem is not with Obama, our problem is with the federal government being so big that presidents have this much impact on our daily lives. That's the bigger issue. So when we have conservatives like yours truly, that cautions my fellow Republicans on not expanding the power of the federal government, even when it feels good. Because one day, there's going to be someone in charge at the federal level that has no problem with using the power that we're using to accomplish their liberal and woke ideology, and that scares me. So stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live at Rumble. Let me see you over there at Rumble. And then let me see you join that chat. I do see you, Kill Switch. I love it. Liberty Lover.
Oh, and then that's Dezio, Cerebral 78.
Yeah.
And we got Tony Dashery's also.
What you got, Tony D? Come message us at Rumble. Come message us at Rumble.
Hadn't been able to get on lately, but they got on today. So.
We love it. I love it. All right, so we're talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, we're talking about one thing that's packed in a lot of subtopics, apparently. And the more we dive into it, probably some more. But we're talking about the looming shutdown. I keep telling Republicans, don't tease me. If they do, it's a fake one. Psych. I mean, come on. We all know. But let's give it a little face value, okay? Let's give it a little face value. This is a tightrope. I mean, we are witnessing some really, really tightrope action, okay? On one hand, we got President Trump who's doing exactly what a majority of the people elected him to do, which is take a hard look at bloated government and actually start to trim it. Like action. Yeah, we got the old debt thing with the big, beautiful bill. We got to move on past that. But I'll tell you this. A president who would, if I had to pick, like you can only pick one right now for this fiscal year, you had to pick shrink the federal government or tackle the national debt. At this point, I'd say federal government, shrink it. Because it should
do the same thing.
We can do both. You and I know that. We did it. But this would have such a domino effect. Shrinking the government would actually help our national deficit clearly. If not for the short term, look at the long-term mandated financial responsibilities that we have in these pensions. I mean, we're talking about a club of at least 2 million active federal employees right now. That's right now. That's not including all the retirees who look, they earned it. They earned it. But that doesn't mean, like, we can take care of them and because we have a commitment as a country. But we don't have to continue to bleed out. That doesn't make much sense.
I mean, isn't it fair to say that, I mean, a lot of the government, the deficit is government spending. So shrinking government is kind of going to lower your deficit.
Well, it's domino. And here's the deal. So speaking of that tightrope, and then on another hand, though, this particular moment, if you think about it, puts the entire Republican coalition under the spotlight. Think about it. This is a moment. So Republicans and Democrats both have helped run up the national debt. It's bipartisan. It's one of the only bipartisan things we have in Washington is raising our national debt. They will tell you different reasons. The elites love it.
I love spending money. It's fun.
Especially others.
I just buy everything.
But that's the truth, though. Both parties have gotten here, and they do love to spend their money on everything.
Make it rain.
So now Trump's in office. He's using the authority that's been given to him, that's been afforded to him, working in conjunction with the other branches. This is what we're looking at. He's leading with strength. And this is an opportunity. This is very much an opportunity to finally at least get the ship pivoting. I'm not saying we're going to turn the ship because it took a lot to get here. But again, if the president can at least change the culture over there, I mean, we have that. I'm not to say turning point, but we have that turning point. We are there.
A flashpoint.
And this can't just be, right. This can't be political posturing either. It is time. Now, my problem, again, with my fellow Republicans, why don't you do what I'm about to say? You got the president out there issuing executive orders. He's allowed to do that as long as he doesn't override legislative intent and specifically legislation. I know, go make the arguments out there right now. Those cases are in court. We'll see. We'll see the answers. But if Congress wanted to really help for the long term, All they have to do is codify, makes in writing, the executive orders that the president's doing. Now, as far as, and get too much in the weeds, but if we want to argue like, well then can the president do it? Yes, inherent authority. They haven't even acted to violate inherent authority. Now, we're not going to get in the weeds in that, but we can.
Let's not.
We can. James is going to kick me, though. All right. Now, here's the deal. If we are going to fight this shutdown battle, let's be clear at least about the goal. And I don't know what the goal is. I'd love to know. Right now, I just hear Democrats wanting to add spending in order to keep the government running. I mean, it's absurd. It's absurd. Okay. But if we're going to fight this fight, and it's a fight worth fighting, let's establish a goal, my fellow Republicans. Responsible, strategic cuts. I get it. Come in there with a heavy hammer too much. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you have to, too. I mean, our debt to GDP is ridiculous. That's almost like debt to income. It's not really apples and apples, but to make it equivalent to us regular folks out here, I mean, when it's that high, you would argue, yeah, you do need to swing with a heavy hammer. But regardless, we could compromise. Responsible, strategic, and methodical cuts, not just another round of partisan brawling. We're tired of that. The Democrats are making it easy by loading their proposal with giveaways, media money. You saw that?
What they giving away?
Oh, my. Every program under the sun. Go look. Obamacare bailouts. I'll tell you that. To the states, things like that. They want to add that in there. So we're going to. Like I said, to me, you ain't hurting my feelings. Shut that bad boy down. But we still have to lead with principle on the Republican side. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Okay, go ahead.
I'm dying to know. Obamacare was passed when? It was going on 20 years now, at least 15 years ago. He was elected in 2008.
Yeah, so I think it was his first term or second?
I don't know.
First term.
What's it matter? It's been over 10 years.
Yeah,
we can say that much.
Yeah, the time to do that was 2016. Republicans botched it in 2017, I think. Into 2017, 2018. Then we lost the House.
So you're telling me
and
it's
the Senate.
2025, and we're still talking about Obamacare. It's 2025, y'all. It's 2025.
No, but what Democrats see, we said this would fail. We said this would fail, and specifically we said it would fail in states that abuse the process. Louisiana is one of them, by the way. 40% of our population is on Medicaid. So these Medicaid bailouts, though, or Obamacare bailouts, that's all going to mostly Democrat-run states and a handful of Republicans. I'm gonna assume there's another one besides us out there that's really a Democrat state that has Republican leaders. But anyway, all right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. All right, can't wait. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana, Southwest Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Let me see you over there at Rumble. Chat was hot and heavy, got a little quiet. Let me see you. I feel you. And you can see us. And you can also see old videos or old podcast episodes also on rumble.com. Check us out. Give us a little follow if you're inclined. It's free. It's free to watch and it's free to follow. So
It's free to call. 2 phone lines are open.
oh my goodness, my favorite part. 232-1542. Outside Acadiana, 844-766-6607. Also, guys, just a little heads up. We're going to give away another flag kit and some koozies. Josh Guillory Show koozies later in the week. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Sometimes we get a little froggy. I might jump before then.
Well, we'll see. But
I keep trying to talk this guy into letting us do more.
Make sure you go like and follow us on Rumble.
On the Rumbles?
And, yeah. Hey, and shout out to Billy from Church Point. Says we're bringing it on a Monday.
Let's do it, baby. Well, let's
And-
bring it right here. So, oh, you got another one? Boom. What you got,
Scott
Boom?
says, what happened to repeal and replace? Trump lied, he says.
No, Trump didn't lie, Boom. That weak Republican leadership at the time has failed. Nobody lied. They just failed him. Think about this. And this is why I say President Trump understands. He's been here before, okay? His first term, we had a Republican House and a Republican Senate, and President Trump all but begged. I remember him, I'm paraphrasing, but I remember him saying things like, put anything on my desk and I'll sign it. Probably right, so probably happy it wasn't just anything. But that was the urgency that he had. Get a better product, let's go. Now we can argue. Now, Boom, what we could objectively argue, and this is my beef with my party, you spent, at minimum, an entire campaign cycle, at minimum, a campaign cycle, and at bare bone minimum, a presidential campaign cycle, which is not a few days. That's over a year. What were you doing in the meantime? Like, you were elected. You were supposed to repeal and replace. You had a president that's saying, we got the House, we got the Senate, repeal and replace. And at that time, in 2016, that window was tight to do that. Real tight, and the elites knew that. The swamp knew that. The insiders knew that. They just had to ride the clock. They knew that. And they did. And they did. So the House and Senate did nothing.
Said that's Paul Ryan's fault.
This is in large part.
Hey,
I forgot who the Senate leader was at the time.
I got an update for you.
Probably was McConnell. It was McConnell.
It was.
Of course it was McConnell.
Always.
Of course.
Speaking of McConnell, him and
What up?
Jeffries just came out from their meeting with Trump, and obviously we have no agreement.
Yeah.
He says Trump. It's on the Republicans. They say.
No, it's on y'all. Like really, this one is on the Dems. Now, I want to applaud one Democrat.
Oh.
Heard his name before. Someone that, guys, I'll be honest, every time we talk about it, I'm still a little shocked that this is the guy.
Where's my hoodie?
Yeah, man. This is the guy we continue to fall back on. Like, he's the sane one. It must be a Pennsylvania thing. Seriously, Manchin, Pennsylvania. And then there was a guy, the first Homeland Security advisor, or one of them, governor of Pennsylvania. He was a Democrat.
Tom something.
I don't forgot his name, but he was a Democrat too. So
Big
like,
squarehead.
yeah. You know, we say that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Just describing. So yeah. Anyway, Pennsylvania, you're doing something right. I think. Come a little further though. Come a little further. Come a little further and meet us in the Republican Party.
Man, if they did Dr. Oz dirty.
They're getting there.
Dr. Oz almost made it out of it.
He fought Fetterman.
I know.
It was Dr. Oz versus the Hoodie Man.
Oh, I thought that it was I thought it was for Manchin seat.
Oh gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
I
right.
forget who won. But
Yeah,
it was a Democrat.
Yeah. All right. So New York Post Ryan King, well, he's reporting that our friend Senator John Fetterman is warning his fellow Democrats not to allow a government shutdown with 2 hurricanes nearing the East Coast. He says now's not the time to talk about a shutdown. But here's the twist. That's fine. That's actually very pragmatic of the senator. But here's really the twist. He's also defending Trump's position on Israel and was the only Democrat to vote for both stopgap funding bills, both Republican and Democrat. He's like, don't shut the government down. He's consistent. He's consistent.
Wants this thing to keep running.
And it's telling that he would vote for the Republican one because there's a lot of heat. I mean, think about what we just talked about. What his party is digging their heels in, he said no to. He said yes to it as well, by the way, but he's also said no. And that vote should not be looked over.
You just switch already.
Well, we're going to talk about that. There's still he's a true Democrat.
Well, he's got potential.
He's got potential.
Kind of like my wife.
Hey,
just kidding. I know she, hey, I love you.
Oh, she doesn't have potential? Yes.
No, she has plenty of potential.
Yeah, I got a shovel over there too. All right, so a few little facts. Fetterman told Fox News it's irresponsible to talk shutdown with a former Category 5 and tropical storm nearby. So, all right. Again, he voted for both of them, so he's saying, look, man, just whatever bill you want, just don't shut this bad boy down. A partial shutdown, I believe, is tomorrow at midnight or 11:59. I think yeah. So midnight tomorrow. That's if Congress doesn't act. Don't you tease me. Tease me.
They're not going to do nothing.
Man. My question, though, when they do shut it down and the non-essential workers don't go to work, why do they ever come back if they're non-essential? Now, we've talked about this before. All my business owners out there, you got any non-essential workers? Not a one. That money comes out of your pocket. You know it. You already got to pay Uncle Sugar enough. Non-business owners, you got any non-essential expenses? Well, you may do in your discretionary income, sure. But what about using your discretionary income on something you really don't want to? You just kind of have to, but you really don't want to. And you really don't have to, but you kind of, yeah, of course not. You would eliminate that. You would cut that if it's painful. Of course. Not the government. Nope. FEMA flood insurance sales and renewals would pause under a shutdown. Did you know that?
Ooh,
so that's what
ain't got no flood.
Well, that's what Senator Fetterman is like I said, from a pragmatic standpoint, just kind of bottom line, make the right decision, common sense. Okay, I get it. Just in this isolated stance, I get it. Yeah, and to his credit, he voted for the Republican stopgap measure that would have cut significant wasteful spending.
You said something interesting about non-essential employees.
Yeah.
There are also a bunch of and I promise you, most of the money being spent is not on employees. It's on programs.
Reimbursements.
And there's
reimbursements.
Let's look at the non-essential programs.
Yeah.
How about that? How about giving money for all these grants for
you are so right.
This goofy stuff, man.
Yep. That's how they hide it. Grants, reimbursements, all the things.
Studying shades of blue and ecru on the surfaces
Studying
of a building.
The shade of green, paying all these contractors and consultants to consult, and then they have to consult to update the consultant's consultant notes.
It's dumb. Like, get rid of that stuff. Like,
well, if you do, they don't reelect you.
Maybe pause the Fed work, just chill out with all that.
Hey, it's worth it. All right. So Democrats on Capitol Hill, they're demanding, like I said, more Obamacare subsidies. That's bailout. We told you. All coming from Democrat states and Louisiana. Argue what you may about being Republican. I'm just saying. It's the facts. We got a supermajority. That's what I heard. We had a supermajority in that Louisiana House and Louisiana Senate.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. I promise. So our insurance is going to go down. Our taxes are going to go down. Our government's going to shrink. They're going to dismantle DOTD and empower local governments, right?
I bet you heard we had a Republican governor and
that's
a
not right.
Republican U.S. Senator, too.
What? We're not What the heck? Maybe we should just take a break on that note.
Oh, we probably should.
Let's take a little break on that note. Hey, guys, stick around. We're going to keep those phone lines open. Call us, 232-1542, and I can't wait to hear from you. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Let me see over there at rumble.com. Let's see here. Now, speaking of Rumble, though, you know?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, all right.
Hey, you probably no, you just keep going. You keep going.
Good. You chime in when you're ready for this. Yeah. All right, let's see.
Oh,
here.
actually, you can read what's on the screen.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, you've probably noticed Rumble is growing fast and it's not slowing down. They're building a real alternative to big tech that puts creators first and it actually protects free speech. We love that. And now there's Rumble Premium, an easy way to upgrade your experience. With Premium, you get ad-free viewing across the platform. No pre-rolls, no interruptions, just the content you came for. Plus, Premium members unlock exclusive content like bonus videos, behind-the-scenes drops, and more from your favorite creators. Right now, Rumble's offering $10 off an annual subscription. Just go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code, check this out, STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO.
Good job. Good job.
Hey, and I love that. All right, so hopefully you got all that because that would help. Hey, you know, you don't have to pay to see us, and it's free and all that good stuff. But, you know, every once in a while you might be watching like Candace Owens. You may be watching us. Some ads do pop up if you want to avoid all that. They are offering, like I said, discounts. Check it out. Way more content than just us.
Yeah.
But, of course, you should start with us. Okay. All right, so Fetterman over here. All right, we're talking about the possible shutdown. I keep telling these Republicans, don't tease me with that. Democrats put up a bill that would keep the government running, but they add all these like government subsidies, as you could imagine, Obamacare bailouts, just a lot of other stuff, a lot of programs that are wasteful. And I'm with you. We may be able to live with the non-essential employees if just cut out the non-essential programs and grants. Grants.
I mean,
gosh, if people only knew how much bureaucracy and inside the park politics that is played with these grants, it is disgusting and sad.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And it's a waste of money, you know?
Look, and
But that's what happens with big government. You put that on the local level, I'm telling you, you will have a mayor, if they care, they will get their fiscal house in order. Now, the folks that put us there may not like that, and they know people.
I think I speak for the both of us when I say that. We are both patrons of the arts. We both appreciate the arts.
Sure.
But when we're looking at the federal government and the large quantities of funds that we send out of our pockets to them, they do not need to be writing large grants for the arts. Like if people want art, they can pay for it. Like that's not a government. It shouldn't be provided by the government. That should be something provided by your communities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So stop wasting money on it.
Well, and look, it's where the rubber meets the road. And that's why I get I'm concerned with us Republicans, especially Republican leaders that are so willy-nilly to grow the federal government's power. And you can't call yourself a conservative and believe that. It's okay to believe that, and it's okay to be a conservative. But you can't believe that and be a conservative. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Okay? So my concern now is more of a growing level dependency, except this time it's on right wing or conservative values, law enforcement. We want to rush to get the National Guard involved, and I get it, and there are some clear-cut times, and we're going to talk about one if we have time. Portland, of course. Absolutely. I support the president on that. Very limited scope. We'll go into that. But we have that's not even what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is Republicans just rushing to give the federal government power, specifically with the National Guard, their own National Guard. If there's an issue, governor, do something. You're like, I don't know, the boss. Do it. That's what I don't understand. You got a problem. Man, you got a problem with crime? You think the federal government, like, let's put this in perspective because it feels good right now. Oh, we're using the National Guard. We're going to clean up cities across the country. We got to be careful. we got to be careful. And I wish I had more time to go into another little theory. We got just a few more minutes, but all this, think about response times, okay? Let's just say Trump's not the president. He's not going to be the president forever. He does act pretty quickly. He does what he says he's going to do, or at least tries, and I appreciate that. He's not always going to be the president. So if we have all these municipalities and these states that are depending on Big Brother, the federal government, to come and clean up the crime every time the local government can't do it or the state can't do it, do you think that's going to strengthen local law enforcement or create a dependency which is weak? What's going to happen is there will be a dependency, not just by the agencies, but by the people, and then the agencies become so dang corrupt, but like the real corrupt, okay? Like, it becomes this, like, just thug model. Go look at Democrat cities. That will be expanded. And do we really think the government, the federal government, when we have all our cities now answering to the federal government for law enforcement, you think the FBI is bad? Do you think the FBI is bad? This will be way worse. And it's a network of a bunch of kingdoms that they little fiefdoms. They all want their little Republicans. Please don't abandon our conservative values. We can fight crime and not grow the federal government. Why am I even like
what?
Like, really? Next hour when we open to the phones, I want to hear you on this. Why are we even talking about this? And I'll tell you why, because we have our own Republicans here in this state begging for it, sending National Guard through, just asking the president to come here in Louisiana and fight our own local battles. Don't get mad. Don't get mad when John Bel Edwards comes back and wants to mask your children with the National Guard. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana, Southwest Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Go check us out on rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. You can see yours truly and Jamie over there. And by the way, also in studio with me, my main man, Jamie Angel. I've been missing it on hour number 2.
You know, you missed hour number 1, yes, Friday.
I did.
That's
It was
all
not
good.
number 2.
All good, all good.
Well, last in the program, first in our heart. Second time I used that today. Okay, man. You remember New York?
Hard to forget.
Yeah, you remember Alvin Bragg?
Alvin,
Yeah.
what's he up to with the other chipmunks?
Yeah, man, Alvin Bragg and your friend. Who's your friend over there in New York, the AG?
Letitia Grimes.
She's busy. She's busy. All right, so Fox News just covered, man, pretty sad, pretty disturbing story about Savannah Craven Antow, which is she's a young conservative, pro-life influencer. She happens to be a minority, who was violently attacked during a street interview. You can actually see some still shots if you go online. It's I mean, not of the cut, but you can see the assault.
There's a little video of it. Yeah, it's
I'm pointing them to PG one, But if you see this, well, I guess you can see anything these days. Anyway, you get the drift, all right? So here she is, again, attacked during a street interview. Her face was cut open, like it's pretty violent. And the whole thing, here, check this out. The whole thing's caught on camera. Clearly, I mean, I'm telling you, we have video. But the attacker walked free.
duh.
On video, on camera, violent attack, a political attack, violent attack. Whole thing's on camera. But the attacker walked free because Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg's office missed a basic filing deadline. You can't make this up. So a few more little facts here. So Savannah, she works with the pro-life group Live Action, if you want to check them out, and runs the Her Patriot Voice YouTube channel. So Her Patriot Voice is on YouTube. She's over there at Live Action. In April, she was just doing a very simple man on the street type.
Asking people questions.
Yeah, we've all seen that. When a woman walks up out of nowhere, punches her in the face, and her face was sliced open.
Jeez.
It was pretty gruesome. I don't know if she hit her with something in her brass knuckles. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
But Savannah says she's often met with violence simply for expressing conservative beliefs. So this is not new. And she cites 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. All who want to live a godly life in Christ Jesus will be persecuted. She's relying on Scripture. Now, she's inspired by Charlie Kirk, who, as we know, was assassinated on September 10th, earlier this month, on a Utah college campus. Shot in the neck. She recently did interviews in Brooklyn where most people said they didn't feel safe using their freedom of speech. This is in an American city.
You talking about that place where they're about to elect a socialist?
Yeah, communist.
And they worried about being able to move
Yeah.
and talk freely? What?
You're about to lose a lot more.
You about
New
to pay
Yorkers.
your neighbor's rent is what you're about to do.
Straight up. Yeah. So the woman who attacked her case, thrown out by Alvin Bragg's office because they missed the deadline. But here's the deal. This is a snapshot of the bigger picture. This is how the left tries to silence conservatives. We see that through fear. What else? Intimidation. We see that. See that a lot. And selective prosecution. Now that's malicious. And Alvin Bragg is the poster child for this. He's got all the time in the world to bring garbage cases against President Trump. All to impact an election. But when a young conservative woman gets her face smashed in, Oh, no. Bragg's office forgets to file the paperwork. Really? If he spent less time lawfaring political opponents and more time prosecuting actual thugs, this coward wouldn't be back on the streets on camera. On camera. I bet you if it was a liberal man on the street or liberal influencer, I mean, we'd have the death sentence probably being brought. Well, they don't, you know.
Well, she has every other characteristic necessary. She's black. She's female.
Yeah, y'all should be loving. Don't get
The
mad.
only thing that she doesn't have is that D behind her name.
Yeah.
And had she had that, we would have heard this in April. We'd still be hearing about it. We'd be following the trial. I'm
Yeah.
sure the media would be, not
Yeah.
us, but the media would be. Oh no, but friends,
Mm-mm.
no, she's a Republican, pro-lifer. Oh God,
Jeez.
oh, that ain't
Orange man, bad.
only gonna hear about it.
So she supports Trump. He's bad.
Only gonna hear about it here.
That's
and on
crazy,
Fox
huh?
News.
But you're right. That is the truth. Go look. You're not going to see it anywhere but those outlets, more than likely. Very little coverage. But this very, very knowledgeable audience can handle it.
Oh yeah, and Tony Dastry's made it into the Rumble chat.
Is that the Hello Boys chat?
No, that's my wife.
Oh, hello, Far.
Hey,
hello.
saying nothing but beautiful, nice things about your
Absolutely.
beautiful face.
And guess what? It's on camera.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so come join us over here. Yes, and Tony D, we want to see you over there. All right, so meanwhile over there in New York, Alvin Bragg forgetting to prosecute violent criminals. Meanwhile, Savannah Antow is out there risking her safety for something bigger than herself. And there's more than just Savannah, clearly. But her courage is real. No one can deny that, especially with everything going on. But she's grounded in faith, carrying, really, quite frankly, not to be too dramatic, but kind of, in a way, carrying the torch Charlie Kirk left behind. That's not just her obligation and her responsibility with that platform, but all of us. All of us
doing it.
Right, she was already doing it.
Now, imagine a world
Mm-hmm.
where you're just in the street talking about how amazing it is to protect the life of an unborn child.
That's it.
And that alone warrants you getting your face split open.
Well, Bud,
Come on, man.
these same people with that extreme ideology has no problem with killing a baby in late-term abortion. What makes you think they have any qualms about punching somebody in the face? Think about it.
Look, I respect the people who have their view. I respect people's opinion. Like, it's your opinion.
Sure.
I respect that.
Absolutely.
The second you bring physical contact into it,
Yeah, it's
she's
not.
lucky she don't get her ass whooped.
Woo!
I'm just saying, she's lucky
Whoa!
she's going to walk out of that without a scratch on
Woo!
her. God dog it, I want to punch her in the face.
Oh, what, Jamie? You gonna punch a woman?
No, I'm not. I want to.
We'll be right back. Stick around. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana, Southwest Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. Let me see you over there at rumble.com.
Right. That's right. And before we continue, let's talk a little bit about the NFL. Hey, football fanatics, are you ready for some prime time NFL action? Tune in to Westwood One for all the gridiron glory you crave, from jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-changing plays. Don't miss a moment of the excitement. Catch every snap, every tackle, and every victory on Westwood One. You can listen to the NFL on the NFL app, on the Westwood One Sports app, on WestwoodOneSports.com via Westwood One station streams, or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it is Westwood One.
All right. And check that out. So we're talking about a conservative boots on the ground type influencer, Savannah Craven Antow. She was assaulted. She was battered on camera. Alvin Bragg, he's big Alvin Bragg, with fighting crime selectively. He doesn't prosecute the violent criminal purely because he misses the deadline. He's making up deadlines for Trump. But Savannah, whatever, doing what Charlie would be proud of, and other people that want peaceful dialogue. But she's sending a message with every word she speaks. Your voice matters. That's what I take from it. She gets out there. She says what the folks want to say. Like, her voice. She says what matters. I mean, we're all the voice. Everybody with this microphone. But we have a duty. Now, I don't know. I guess everybody has a code. I think this only works if you're brutally honest, good, bad, or ugly, consistent. And when, you get different facts, you tell the folks, and we have different dialogue. I don't know. Different discussions. But I want to switch gears a little bit. You ready for that?
Ready.
All right. So, not sure if you saw this very disturbing report over the weekend, really yesterday. So Greg Norman has a story over at Fox News if you want to check it out. He details the arrest of a woman in Texas who allegedly, although it's set a fire outside Bethel Bible Church in El Paso. All right? And that's just one day before that church was scheduled to host a vigil for Charlie Kirk. Not only that, she reportedly hand-delivered hateful, threatening messages mocking Charlie's assassination. So again, a few little facts here. The suspect is a 35-year-old Marinka Marquez of Denton, Texas. She's accused of arson, but also leaving written threats inside the church the day before the vigil. A pastor spotted the fire earlier. He put it out before it could spread. Police say a paper plate inside a bag had phrases like, "See, Kirk is eating
bad stuff.
P and S." Well, okay, all this bad stuff. And soon you'll help him eat and drink it all. Yeah, that's the mentality that our country is facing. I'm not going to say us conservatives are facing, because that would imply you versus me, and that's not the case. It is us versus evil right now. It's good versus evil. It really is.
It's Christians. It's Christian persecution. And I know people are like, blah, blah, blah. No, that's exactly what it is. When people target you because of your religion and because of your beliefs, it's no different than what you all have been fighting for in Israel and Gaza.
Another plate, police reported, read, quote, "C is a number 4 coward. C is a number 4 conservative. C is number 4 control." You know what that? I don't speak crazy. What does that mean? Okay. All right. Now I can dance around in crazy. Little cray. I can't cipher it. I just don't know how to speak. A business card left in the bag helped police track her down. She was arrested the next day, booked on a $50,000 bond. Volunteers say she delivered the package directly and was escorted to the front of the sanctuary. Man. The church has chosen to forgive, but the threat was real. So, This, my friends, is where the woke radicalism leads. This is where they lead, not disagreement. Oh, no, no, no. Not protests unless you're burning things down. Speaking of burning, that's one tactic now. But arson, this is how you're going to prove your point. By arson, by threats, cowardice, and spiritual terrorism aimed at silencing conservatives through intimidation. That's their play. If they only knew how weak it is in the long run. But temporarily, it can have some impact. A woman drove across Texas. Let's just unpack this. A woman drove across Texas to deliver threats about a man who was already dead because his ideas are still alive. And because churches like Bethel Bible dared to mourn him. This is evil, way more than criminal. This is evil. And where was the full force of law? Okay? And all this stuff. Well, I won't go on all that. This stuff right here, though, this is bigger than what we're talking about even. This is, without a doubt, a spiritual war. You can't sugarcoat that.
It's turning into an actual war.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Michigan yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I mean, while I am in my church praying,
yeah,
at the same time, a man drives his truck into a Mormon temple, a Church of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
Opens fire, sets the building on fire, kills 4 people. He's dead. Like,
man,
what is happening?
And you rattled off a few. There's like 4 events, right?
Yeah, there was that one. There, former Marine, by the way, North Carolina opened fire in a bar. Former Marine killed, I want to say like 4 people, or at least 2 people there. There was one on Bourbon Street, or in New Orleans over the weekend. Mm-hmm. That one I don't think was. I don't know the circumstances of that one.
I thought the National Guard was going to fix it.
They're not even there yet. They were going to go to Memphis. Now they're going to Portland. This National Guard thing is a bunch of fluff. My point being, this has to stop. So if it takes the National Guard, but how do we even know who these people are? That's the scary part.
It's a bottom line. It's deeper. It's deeper. This is a spiritual war. It is. It's a spiritual war. It's global. It's global. We have a small little role over here. Actually, we have a pretty big role. Too much was given, much is expected. Our country has been blessed. Our people has been blessed. Go look at history. Go read the Bible. Go read the Old Testament. Go read how forgiving God is. Sure. Most certainly. But go read about the people. Read about turning and repenting and turning and repenting. Look at blessings and dive into that a little bit. We'll dive into it when we get back. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Go check us out, rumble.com. You can even go on, I think, the Roku app and all those other apps on your smart television and see us live.
Desi's watching us on his TV, he says.
I love it. Thanks, Desi. All right, guys, my favorite part, the phone lines. They are wide open. Quiet today, but that's all right, though. 232-1542 outside the Acadiana area, 844-766-6607, but not quiet on the chat. Appreciate that. All right, let's go to Renee. Renee, thanks for holding, my man. What you got today, baby?
Well, I got a take on the mentally ill people, but I want to talk to something. I want to take care of half the problem and address that. President Eisenhower, in 1954, made it a law, the Communist Control Act, and some judge watered it down. Now, Donald Trump needs to reboot that Communist Control Act because we could solve half the problems we got, or one-third of the problems. We can arrest Antifa because its origins and operations is communist. We could arrest George Soros. We could arrest Black Lives Matter because it has Marxist stuff to it, you know. We could arrest the ex-vice president because she made bail money for Antifa members. We could clean a lot of problems if we just followed the law that General Eisenhower, as president, signed decades ago. If we only enforced it like we need to.
All right. Hey, thanks, Renee. Certainly appreciate that.
Not illegal to be a socialist, is it?
It's just dumb.
Well,
It's
that
unwise.
it is.
No, but I'm not familiar with the act. I know the time period. I know there was, McCarthyism and all that stuff. I'm interested in it, though. All right, let's go to Chris. All right, Chris.
Chris in New Iberia.
Chris in the Barry. What's happening, Chris? What you got, baby?
On that New York case, you think they intentionally kind of let it drop the ball on it?
Probably.
The sad thing is, Chris, we got to pause and actually ask that question. That was a slam dunk. There's a video. Like, man, it's kind of hard not to believe that, huh?
Yeah, because you're a lawyer, you know how those things work, and I don't know if you bump into situations where that maybe the DA or whatever didn't like the case before them and kind of was on the side of the person that caused the problem and just kind of like let things slide, deadlines get missed or paperwork gets lost or whatsoever.
You know what's sad is that happens, and the reality is it doesn't happen a lot. At least I don't see, and I'm dealing with a lot of district attorneys' offices. And most of them do the right thing and all the things. And I'm going from a very limited lens here, But it's kind of, this guy didn't have, I tell you what, Chris, he sure as heck didn't miss any deadlines when it came to Donald Trump. He didn't miss it so many times that he made it up and expanded the statute of limitations. Like, you want to talk to us about timeliness? Like, really, this is a joke. Honestly, he's neglecting his duty.
Oh yeah, that whole thing, even with what's her name, the lady over there. How do you totally disregard half your population and their problems just to go after one guy?
I know. It's so sad, isn't it, Chris? It's so sad that people.
It is.
Like, I've never seen an attorney general candidate or a district attorney candidate campaign openly. I'm going to get this citizen. Whatever citizen's name is. Wow. Hey, thanks, Chris. I appreciate you. Let's go back to the phone lines. Caller, you're live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
That's me?
That's you. Yes, sir. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Joe from New Iberia.
All right. New Iberia is popular today. Talk to us, Joe. What you got?
Yeah, I've been listening to some of your callers, especially that guy, Renee. He must not have nothing else to do. He's talking about Eisenhower and stuff. What he just do? Google? Act like he's so smart. A lot of people act like they're so smart because they got Google and stuff. But your program is getting to be like Greg Gutfeld, a comedy show, man.
No, well, hey, look. Sometimes if you don't laugh, my
You're
friend,
talking about the church bombings. How about that guy that bombed that church in Michigan yesterday with the 2 big flags? That's a mega guy. Got to be a mega guy.
hey, it's evil.
Mega, whatever you call yourself.
Well, all right. Well, hey, look, I appreciate you calling. More importantly, I appreciate you listening. That's awesome. Yeah, look, it's evil. It's evil. And does it matter?
No, if he's MAGA, he's wrong. I mean,
does it matter? Like, I want you to think. I want you to look past your nose, okay? And I want you to see the big picture. Both parties are the enemy at some point, okay? But the government is even more of the enemy. And this spiritual war is real. The spiritual war needs us to be divided, just like the elites need us to be divided. That's how they win. But when you have closed minds all around, there's not too many people that think objectively anymore, and I'm not even blaming them. It's just the society that we live in, the culture that we live in. And what I mean by that specifically, and this is a different angle than what you might hear on TV, I blame it all to centralized everything. Politics are centralized. You could be in Mamou or you can be Eugene, Oregon. We're talking national politics, and that's part of the problem, because even conservative values, even Republican values look different in San Francisco than they do in Alexandria, Louisiana. So, you know, it's bigger than this, and it's deeper than this. So when we centralize our media, when we with the national quote unquote news, I don't know why anybody would watch that right now. I don't know why anybody would watch that right now. I really don't. 21% of Americans believe that the information from the media is true. Probably because they don't disclose their bias. Look, you listen to us, yeah, we're going to bring you truth, we're going to bring you the opinion too. And it's clear, and if it's not clear, we identify it. But this centralized stuff, this centralized government, this centralized policy, this everything is from a national macro scale. All of that is part of the problem. And now that's why when you hear me say things like, I don't know why any Republican leader would beg the federal government to come in and do their job. That is a domino effect. It's not for the moment. We shouldn't be making policy. That's the problem with politicians. They make policy for the moment. Now, we didn't always used to do that. We actually used to think ahead. But when you do go in and you think ahead and you fix the evil, trust me, you're going to face it. All right, want to go to the call? Let's see here. Eddie, thanks for holding on, my man. Eddie, what you got, buddy?
Yeah, that dude they called before the other guy, talking about MAGA and everything, that dude needs to go look up his history. And I don't see where any MAGA person has gone out there and killed anybody or said anything. And I am sorry. I am tired. I am sick and tired of hearing about the left being the right ones, the righteous ones. When have they been righteous? You know, if you don't go to a church and a lady left a message after the dude done did his business, you know, in the church, how the hell can you condone that? Excuse my French. I don't mean to cuss.
Yeah.
But how can you condone that? You know, I mean, it's a sick society that we're living in. That's because they don't lock up the people that needs to be locked up, and the mental health people don't get the help that they deserve. Sometimes they don't need it; they deserve it.
Right.
So give it to them.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Thanks, Eddie. We got to move on. We're running out of time.
Can we get Marvin?
Yep.
Yes, Marvin. What you got, buddy?
Yeah,
hey, and thanks, Eddie. We
what's
appreciate
going on,
you, man. We just bring truth, baby.
I'm calling about old boy that called. You know what I'm saying? That was talking about my boy Renee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Renee. We love Renee.
Say, bro, let me tell you something, bro. If you still listening,
yeah,
he's smart. Yeah, he's smart because he's smart enough to look it up before he come on here saying what he don't know.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? So
Go ahead.
He's smart.
Go ahead.
So you got to be from the left. You know what I'm saying? I know you is. That's all I got to say, man. Leave my boy Renee alone, man.
Man, Marvin, I appreciate you, brother. I know Renee does too. All right, guys, thank you to all who's listening. All right, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live from Rumble, rumble.com. Go check us out. I'm surely checking you guys out. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Lauren, you had a good post. I'll give you that, Lauren. Thank you for listening. She says, Republicans have held a majority in all three branches of government for the past 8 months. If there is a government shutdown, it will be the result of Republican incompetence. All right. Not entirely wrong in the sense that, man, look, I'm with you on this. The president can only do so much. We have the House and Senate. So my fellow Republicans, do something. Like, you're following executive orders. That's not how our country was designed. Go legislate. You have the majority. I mean, you have the majority.
What has this Congress done?
Increase debt. But to her point, well, I mean, result in the incompetence, this shutdown. No, not necessary. I disagree with that, only because the Republicans have offered a solution to prevent it, and the Democrats have not. The Democrats want to increase spending to an already bloated budget. So I don't agree with that. Now, one thing we can agree on, Lauren, and many others, Republican and Democrat, is that the national debt is actually a bipartisan product. It's one of the only bipartisan things we have in Washington. And why don't we ask a better question? Why? Why is that? Why is it that when Republicans are in charge, Democrats want to complain about the national debt and wasteful spending? Love them to join the conservative talking points, okay? I want Republicans to do it too and actually do it. But when Democrats are in charge, what do Republicans do? Wasteful spending, stop bloating government. They're both doing it. And this is the one, no, this is not the one. This is one of the only things that we in America, well, actually should be bipartisan. Like, hands down, no reason to be bipartisan. For, like, come on, my Democrat friends, we can mostly agree. We shouldn't spend more money than we have coming in. That should be, like, think about this. We can debate what we spend the money on, but that we shouldn't be able to, there shouldn't be no discussions on, hey, we should spend more money than we have coming in. Now, that's different than balancing debt in a responsible way. Not all debt's bad debt, but when you look at our debt to GDP ratio, it is alarmingly unhealthy. And that started about 2017, 2018, okay? And it's not gotten better. And that is a big, big deal.
You know who should have been leading the charge on all this?
Who?
Our two-term senator, Wild Bill Stallion Cassidy, especially on the Obamacare part. Like,
okay. Likes
to brag a lot about, I'm a doctor. I'm a proctologist. I don't know what kind of doctor he is. I would imagine it has something to do with butts. However, he should have been leading the charge. Wasn't that one of his early campaign things in his first term was to fix Obamacare? Like, what has he done? Where are you, Senator, running for re-election? What have you done to help fix this problem? You were supposed to do it. You're a doctor.
He voted to convict Trump.
Twice?
Yeah, twice. No, he didn't vote twice, did he? No, he just voted once, huh?
You sure?
Man,
I don't know.
I can't remember. One time was enough.
Who knows?
Well, he thought, man, he so thought he got away with it too. Like, I'm gonna keep my beltway cred. I'm gonna be the bigger person.
I'm gonna do a Facebook Live.
Oh gosh, that was horrible.
Hey,
that was absolutely ridiculous. That's on a different topic, and he knows it.
We'll tell you all this story one day. K-Dog says, thank you, Marvin, on behalf of Renee. And yes, that dude was definitely left that just called in. Oh, he's calling back.
Yes.
Well, let's go back to
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Sir, now what was his name again?
Joe?
Joe, what's the deal with Renee?
Yeah,
Joe, how come
I
you
want to
don't?
address.
Joe,
I want to
how
address
come you don't?
MAGA Marvin.
Hold on, hold on, Joe.
So, MAGA-
Well, first, Joe, what's your issue with old Renee? I mean, Renee's such a kind person. He has interesting take on women, but what's your thoughts?
MAGA.
What's your thoughts on Renee? Why are you so tough on Renee?
No, it's just that people act so smart. Google make a lot of people smart. If I'm just waiting on the government check and sitting down all day Googling.
Oh,
Whoa, that's just
man.
rude. I'm hanging
Oh,
up.
you can't call and insult the man. I
That's
said,
just
what's your
mean.
beef? You don't know that.
We don't. Do
Come
that
on
here.
now. Come on now. All right, guys. Hey, look, such a great show. That's all good, all good, all good. We love it, and we love the diversity of thought. So, sir, call back in. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be back like in 22 hours. It's all good. Be careful out there. May God bless you.